Picture this. You open your banking app. $0. Not 500, not 5,000. Zero, and every finance video you find assumes you already have money sitting somewhere, just waiting to be invested. That's not you. You're starting completely from scratch. No safety net, no head start, no rich relative in the background. And it feels like everyone else got a 5-year lead in a race you haven't even joined yet. Here's where most people in this exact position get stuck. They think building wealth requires money they don't have yet, so they wait. They tell themselves they'll start once things get easier, once the next paycheck hits, once life finally calms down. But that's backwards. And it's the exact reason so many people stay stuck for years. Wealth isn't built by starting with money. It's built by starting with a system. Saving requires money you don't have yet. Building a system requires nothing but a decision you can make right now, sitting exactly where you are. So in this video, we're breaking down the exact step-by-step path from $0 to a real financial foundation. If you're starting from zero, subscribe. This entire series is built for you. This is path number 1. Step 1. Find your real number. Before you save a single dollar, you need to know exactly how much money moves through your hands each month. Pull up your last 30 days of transactions and write down every single one. Not what you think you spend, what you actually spend. Now you might be thinking, I already know I don't have extra money. Totally fair. But the surprising part is this. Even finding just $10 a week in leaks adds up to over $500 a year. Money you never would have missed because you never noticed it was there. And here's the part that actually surprises people. This step costs nothing. No new income, no side hustle, no sacrifice required. You're not looking for willpower. You're looking for leaks that were already there. Up until now, we've just been finding money that was already yours. Now it's time to protect it. Step 2. Build a $500 buffer, not a full emergency fund. The surprising part is this. Every finance channel tells beginners to save 3 to 6 months of expenses first. For someone starting at zero, that number is so far away it feels impossible. And impossible goals get abandoned before they even start. So forget 6 months. Your first target is $500. Nothing more. Now here's where it gets interesting. Save nothing and wait for a better time. And a year from now, you still have zero. Save just $15 a week starting today. And in 8 months, you have your full $500 buffer, built entirely from money you'd have spent anyway. And here's the best part. The first time your car battery dies or your phone screen cracks, you won't panic. You'll just pay it and move on with your day. Step 3. Automate before you feel ready. Almost nobody talks about this part. You might be thinking, I'll automate once I have more money to work with. Here's the problem. Waiting until you feel ready means you never actually start, because there's always a reason to wait a little longer. Manual saving means you remember some weeks and forget others, and progress depends entirely on your mood that day. Automatic saving means you never have to remember at all, because the money moves itself the moment your paycheck lands, whether you're motivated or not. Think of this whole path like building a house. Saving is the foundation. Investing is everything you build on top of it. Nobody waits until the entire house is finished before they pour the foundation. And you don't have to wait until you feel ready to lay yours either. You're pouring it right now, one small transfer at a time. The important difference is what happens after month 1. You stop noticing the transfer happening at all. It just becomes background noise, the same way a phone bill does. That's exactly the point. Set up a transfer of $5 to $10 a week today. Not next month, not after payday. Today, up until now, everything we've done has been about protecting your money. Now it's time to make that money start working for you. Step 4. Open a zero minimum investment account even before your buffer is full. Watch what happens next. Person A waits until they have $10,000 saved before they ever touch investing, because that's what they think is required. Person B opens an account with $0 and starts putting in $5 a week the moment their buffer hits $200. 5 years later, person A is still waiting for the perfect time. While person B has been investing so long, it barely feels like a decision anymore. Now you might be thinking, isn't that risky without a full emergency fund yet? Great question. $5 a week barely moves the needle either way. The real goal isn't the money. It's building the habit before the stakes feel high. And the quiet win nobody talks about is this. The day your income finally grows, you won't have to learn how to invest from zero. You'll already know how. You'll just add more zeros to a habit that already exists. Step 5. Stack your 2 buckets until they cross paths. Most people miss this part. This isn't 5 separate stages you complete one at a time. It's 2 habits running side by side from day 1. Person A finishes saving completely first, then starts investing months later, learning a brand new habit from scratch, while life is already busier and harder to change. Person B builds both habits at the exact same time, small and slow. So by the time the safety net exists, the investing habit is already comfortable, automatic, and boring in the best way possible. Let's put real numbers on this. Person A, who waits to feel ready, has $0 saved and 0 invested a year from now, still telling themselves they'll start soon, still waiting for the right time that never quite arrives. Person B, who follows this exact path starting today, has a full $500 buffer built, roughly $260 invested, and a system that runs itself without a single ounce of extra willpower. That's not life-changing money yet, and it isn't supposed to be. But it's the difference between someone still standing at the starting line and someone who's already 3 steps down the road. So let's recap the path. First, find your real number by tracking 30 days of spending. Second, build a $500 buffer instead of chasing 6 months of expenses. Third, automate a small weekly transfer today, not next month. Fourth, open a 0 minimum investment account and start with fractional shares while your buffer is still growing. Fifth, run both habits side by side until they cross. What changes everything is the truth most people starting from 0 never hear, and the reason most finance advice never actually applies to them in the first place. You don't need money to start building wealth. You need a system, and a system can start with literally nothing in the bank right now, on a day that looks exactly like today. If this gave you a real starting point, instead of just another reason to feel behind, hit subscribe, because this series has a lot more paths coming, and each one picks up exactly where you are. Which one describes you today, starting from 0 or already building your first buffer? Let me know in the comments below.